All right, this is Sue's 11 Tarot. This is a Sagittarius reading. It feels like a career reading. Okay, so there's no love story here. So if you're interested in looking for a love story, it's not this. Okay, I'll label it as such. Okay. Anyway, what I like here in your reading, Sagittarius, is that you do have a happy ending. That's the good news. Okay, and so I feel like this character is you, okay, or the character that you could probably relate to. Okay, and that's why I put it over here. I felt like that would be the overall character that would describe this reading. So let's read that real quick. This one is 16. A mad tea party. Okay. So I feel like whatever you've been doing with your career, there's been a lot of discussions. Okay. All right, so 16. In the story, right after encountering the Cheshire Puss, which you got, where was that? You got that. Okay. But this comes later on. Okay. Okay. So anyway, Alice, let's see, in the story, right after encountering the Cheshire Puss, Alice stumbled upon a house in front of which there was a table set for tea time. 3 characters were sitting there. The March Hare, the Mad Hatter, and a Dormouse. Ooh, you got the Dormouse too. It didn't take long for Alice to understand that they were all insane. Okay. It says irremediably insane. And that this triple encounter would have no rhyme or reason whatsoever. Okay, so there's like been a feeling in the past couple of readings of illusion and trying to weave through that illusion and get to the clarity. Okay. All right, now, and then one reading was like not trying to make sense or analyzing the chaos or the craziness, but just to kind of flow through it. Okay. Meaning, things are really getting weirder and weirder, and it's all going too fast, leaving you feeling like stranger in a foreign land. Adapt and muddle through and keep your nerves steady the whole time, for this mess is not meant to last for too long. Just pretend to be attending some entertaining and yet goofy show before eventually moving on to more serious and interesting matters. Key question: are you able to discern things? Are you able to discern when things stop making sense and when it may be time for you to leave the room, right? And I feel like this is the whole reading. It's like when I look at the energy, it's like trying to decide, is this the point where I take action? Is this the point where I exit? Is this the point where I just listen? You know, it's that kind of energy. Okay. All right, so, but the good news is you're bringing a whole new world here, okay? And this is the energy where you feel supported by the world too. So whatever you're doing, it's like others will recognize and reward you, it says. Okay, now's a good time to expand your outlook. Don't limit your scope. Something you have been working on is ready for the next phase. So give it your all. Expect a positive nod for a job completed. You will find satisfaction in your work. Okay. Yeah, I switched it up a little bit. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the overall thing. Is there's a whole new feel-good place that's coming in. It feels really good. Okay. Now, let's see, are we going to do the tarot? Okay, now this was interesting here. This came in, and this is like incrementally building towards a goal, and with sometimes through sheer will. But this is also dealing with opposition energy, the yin to the yang. And when you get this card, you could be asking, what next, right? Okay. But this is also feeling like what you've been working on is manifesting, and you're seeing the manifestation. And if you haven't, it's coming in. All right, so who's driving your life? Make sure you are the one making the decisions. This is about you and your choices. This is not the time to rely on others. Okay, so I feel like this is the story for the person who is in a leadership role. Life can pull you in more than one direction. Now is the time to get back on track. Where are you heading? Plan your course. Okay. And that's like this energy right here. It's like if there's see the ink in the air, it's like whenever there is that wander energy, that means that whatever your goal is or manifestation is, you can plan it like even 3 years out, and that focus can actually bring it forth. Otherwise, it's like there's more potential for other people to insert their things when you don't want this reptilian energy to do that. Okay, let's put him back there. Okay. Anyway, so let's read this card. It kind of reminds me of a gargoyle a little bit. Okay, the Gryphon. Let's read that. So you could be in the aviation industry. You could be focused on things that have to do with flying. You might want to feel the urge to travel. That's what I'm getting with that. Okay. And see, there's a watchful eye here. Okay. All right. What number was that? 22. Oh, here we go. The Italian. All right, let's see. All right, now let me read this. Okay. In the story, this mythological beast, whose head and body are those of an eagle and a lion, respectively, was ordered by the Queen of Hearts to make Alice to meet another surprising creature, the mock turtle. The Gryphon turned out to have somewhat dry and rough manners, showing a great lack of kindness towards Alice, and also saying that both the Queen and the mock turtle were not in tune with reality and imagined too many things. Okay, so then you got to take a look at that. Are you dealing with a friend or somebody that you know where they had a situation where someone wasn't kind to them? Is that you? Is that someone doing that to you? Okay, so take a look at that. Okay. And then the meaning of the card is, pull your socks up and stop confusing what you think is going on with what is actually going on. Imagination is a great tool that helps in creating new ideas or concepts, but if you come to believe everything it tells you indiscriminately, then you are in big trouble. All right, so this could be like getting information from other companies, other governments, it's like find your truth through all the information. Okay. Wanting is not always getting, and your current perception does not meet the truth of the situation. So see, that sometimes can send mixed information, right? Okay, so key question. Are you able to tell the difference between what your imagination wishes to see and what is actually happening? Okay. Right. So see, that's the thing. Like in the news, there's a lot going on. And that could be even about processing the news and what is actually reality, the facts, right? What are the facts? Or, and what is all this fluff stuff, right? Okay. All right, now let's keep going. Let me go quicker. All right, so if we're talking about tears, this character came up in the Aquarius reading. Okay. And whenever the mouse comes out for me, it's like pay attention to the details of what is being offered. Okay, because you did get the this. Pay attention to the details of what is being offered, even in words. Okay, so the little mouse. Okay. Now, what was the little mouse? Did I write that down in my notebook here? Oh, I'm getting that song. The dormouse said, "Feed your head." So, are we feeding our head so much that we're not letting our heart rule, right? Something like that is coming up. All right, let's see. I'll have to go back and listen to it. I don't know why I can't pull it up now. Maybe it's not meant for this reading. All right. Anyway, okay, so pay attention to the details. Okay, now, again, there could have been, you could be witnessing a lot of sadness that's happening in the physical world. That's what I'm picking up with that. And I feel like you would like to rewrite those parts and make things better, whatever it is. You want to rewrite. Let's say you want to rewrite your family, how it is. You want to rewrite your career or love life or whatever it is. I feel like there's a wanting to make peace with things, right? And even in society, this is the queer looking party. Okay. All right. And so let's read those two. 8. In the story, coming out from her own ocean of tears, Alice met a motley group of animals who were trying to dry off, just like she was. Among them, the dodo recommended they should all do a caucus race, which consisted of running in circles without anyone winning or losing. Oh my God, this card came up in the Aquarius reading. However absurd the race may have sounded, they indeed found themselves dry in the end. All right, so, with the wars that are going on, I feel like it's like feeling like a dead end. Like, are there going to ever be any winners? That feeling. Okay, so that could be the collective energy that's coming in here. Doesn't mean that there isn't going to be a winner, because in your reading, there's this, which signifies winning a lot of times. Okay. All right, so meaning sometimes the best solution to a problem is not the most logical, nor the one you are taught to address this kind of situation. Originality, or better yet, eccentricity, could prove to be very useful now. Do not dismiss too quickly what may seem wacky at first glance. Keep an open mind and put the proposal to the test before rejecting it, even if it looks crazy at first glance. The plan may look weird and unusual, but are you willing to give it a try and just see how it goes? All right, so recently you could have came up with a plan to create something, or came up to a plan to try something different, because nothing else seemed to work. So you wanted to try something different to see if it was going to work. And it may not even be accepted by the masses, but it was something that you wanted to present because it was something that you felt strongly about, right? Because we're talking about will here. Okay. And so I feel like the suggestion is give it a try. And if you could convince some people to see, to give it a try, give it a chance, I feel like you'll have success here. 15. The Cheshire Puss. In the story, after leaving the Duchess's house, Alice met the most peculiar cat ever. Long claws, a many-toothed grin, and an unpleasant habit of appearing and disappearing. Oh my God. Sometimes fire signs do that. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. All right. So, I feel like then it would be whatever your plan is, whatever you're trying to implement, stay steady, right? The chariot energy, stay steady in your creation. Nurture it. Make phone calls. Talk about it. Rally people towards it. Do whatever you have to do in action to give it a shot here. Okay. And if you have other things to tend to, okay, for example, let's say this is your show, you have to exit left and you have to go do something else. Make sure while you're doing that, you're still, keeping this one egg warm through conversations, text messages, emails, right? Okay, otherwise people might think, well, what happened to them? Okay, or him or her. Okay. All right, so I feel like this reading is for a man, but it could be a dominant person. Okay. All right, so let me see. As the girl asked the animal for directions, a Cheshire puss gave enigmatic, if not totally absurd, answers that left poor Alice even more perplexed. Meaning, you are pushed into your limits and have to face completely irrational people or situations. Stay cool. Don't allow anyone to destabilize you. The answer you seek is and has always been within you. You are your own compass, and you don't need the wacky advice of those who take a malicious pleasure in tripping you up. Key question. When things become too ludicrous, are you able to let go and move on, or do you strive to get the sense of it all, no matter what? Okay, because in the Aquarius reading was sometimes you have to just kind of let loose and flow, right? When there's insanity going on. All right. Okay, so let me get these cards and go real quick. All right, so I feel like there's someone that has been watching you, okay? And this could be spying sometimes. Okay, so let me go ahead and read it. A swift answer may not be the right answer. So know when to, fold and know when to move. The song by Kenny Rogers. Okay. Anyway, a swift answer may not be the right answer. Digging into the whys of the issue will give you a strong base. Don't dismiss the crazy idea before you have examined it. See, this came twice. Use logic and reason to find a solution or refine an existing process. Challenges can be opportunities for growth, which I feel like these challenges will have this big sense of accomplishment at the end because you have the Four of Wands. Actions you have taken pay off. Others have noticed your work in putting things together. It's the perfect time to plan that promotion party or graduation. Okay. No need to keep driving forward just now. Take time to congratulate yourself and your team for a job well done. Okay, now let me go quicker. So, Okay, this is like giving and receiving energy. Okay, and when you receive, it's like in give, you want to give purely. Okay, that's what I'm getting with that. Okay, now Four of Cups. When you see this card, look at the cup being offered. When you focus on the cups that are empty, you could get sucked into a feeling of loss. So look at your successes and move that way. The good news is your guides are here to give you more. You just have to notice what is right in front of you. Yeah, and this conquest energy has been coming up in certain places, which I shall not name, but it's like we got past the whole colonialism thing, and then here we are things, people are talking about. It's like totally absurd. All right, anyway. All right, so take rest when you need it. Sometimes the ability to rest seems like a luxury. Make sure you are indulging in the fine art of self care. Yoga, meditation, walks, reading, do whatever nourishes you and your soul, right? This is a time that calls for battery recharge. You can do more when you've taken a moment to do less. All right, now, so this sometimes is it needing to be extra selfish to take care of yourself. But here I'm getting it as this card. Sometimes it's better to keep your ideas to yourself. Don't let your enthusiasm reveal things others might like to take. Now, what I'm getting is with that is that if there is an opposition energy that is considered quotations in quotations enemy, then you might not share things on the information highway, right? Okay. So, and don't let your enthusiasm reveal things others might like to take. It's talking about your opposition. This is a good time to watch for that person who likes to use your ideas while taking all the credit. For now, focus on gathering your thoughts. You can share them later. Okay, now the person is whoever this story is for, is the opposition, the one that's considered the enemy. So you want to keep quiet and not share on the information highway those things. Often you get caught up in the struggle or to better yourself. This can come at the expense of friends and family. Oh yeah, so in the Four of Swords, you want to also do rest and relaxation with friends and family too. That's what I'm getting. Reevaluate any fights you've let yourself be drawn into. Remember that you don't have to accept every invitation to an argument. A hand offered is better than a sword drawn. Okay, now what I was getting with that is, in yesterday's reading, was that you got to know what you want to give energy to, and then all these other little things are energy zappers, drama. So you want to stay away from those things. Okay, and I feel like whatever you're doing, there's a feeling of balance. It's like looking for the fairest solution. That's the feeling I'm getting. Okay. Oh, this sometimes is also pay attention to the details when you're signing contracts. Sometimes I think what happens that things get lost in translation. Make sure if it's okay, this is what I'm saying. If it's someone who has a history of deceiving, it's probably better not to do contracts with those people. But if you have to, then you want to read the fine print. You want to make sure the original copy that you got that they sent you is the same thing as what you're signing later on. Because sometimes people will cheat. So you got to make sure you're signing the same thing. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Sometimes it's like, sometimes when you have to go fast. Sometimes when you need to pause and assess. Sometimes you need to know what are the intentions of others. So the more you listen, the more you can pick up, usually. Okay, that's what I do. That's my advice. Okay, so let's get one overall card. Oh, wow, you had the tree here, and look, tree of life. Oh, my goodness. You are deeply connected to the world. Oh, my God, and you have the world card. Okay. Around you and dependent on it for your ability to grow and thrive. So whatever you're doing has a ripple effect in the universe. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. Oh my God. This morning I picked up a message like this. Protect yourself from the negative and evil energies. Okay. So sometimes that's like people trying to hook you into some kind of drama, and you have to just let that go and work on your creation. Okay. One more. These are nice. Weave your spells by the light of stars and listen to your inner voice. Okay. I like that. That is so funny because you might be close to an Aquarius because they had the supernova of the stars, and when I was trying to do their reading, it was like whatever that one reading, there was a card of Alice in the house of cards, and it looked like probably nobody got it because it was but when I turned the bulb on, it was like the light was shining so bright. Okay. Anyway, so I feel like there's going to be illumination in your world, and just stay focused and remember that there is success that is going to be seen in the physical reality with the Four of Wands. Okay, so and make sure you congratulate your team. Okay, all the people and the components that, even spirit, right, who I feel like that eye might be, that evil eye might be someone's envy. That's what I just picked up. Okay. But, okay, so if you were someone who was crying or had a disappointment, okay, look. When there's a big disappointment, we don't know if that's the end of the story. It may be just the beginning, a great adventure. Okay. And how could a sense of gratitude shift my perspective in the midst of disappointment, right? Because whatever that was, you're walking into a new reality where there's like success here. Okay, let's get another one. Okay, let's see. Gratitude is liberating. It is subversive. It helps us realize that we are sufficient, and that realization frees us. If I felt that I truly had and were enough, what would I share freely? Okay. Wisdom, maybe? Okay, here, I like this one. Ooh. If the sight of the blue skies fills you with joy, if a blade of grass springing up in the fields has power to move you, if the simple things in nature have a message you understand, rejoice, for your soul is alive. Ooh, Eleanor Deuce. What simple things in nature make my soul come alive? I'll leave you with that.